Scene one, Apple, take one.
You wanna get high?
That's right.
Caught me smoking, you 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 caught me smoking. It's a motherfucking podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Oops Caught Me Smoking, and thank you for clicking that play button as always. And I want to give a special thanks to Chris Davis for coming on to the show for the Saturday Smoke Session last week. It was a lot of fun. We had a great conversation and learned a lot about each other. I guess I could say we kind of passed the interview around. We kind of played past the interview. I think he tried to take over the interview on me, but it's all good. Thank you again for coming on to the show and being my very first guest on the Saturday Smoke Session. And look out for this week on this Saturday's episode. We will have Jerron Smith from the Cloud Chronicles podcast on, and he'll be talking about how he got started into podcasting, and we'll be doing some casual chit chat here and there. You know me, I don't like to script things. I just like to jog down notes and then freestyle it. So he will be on this week's episode of the Saturday Smoke Session. So look out for him, Jerron Smith from the Cloud Chronicles. I will be throwing out flyers the day before, so look out on Friday for the flyers. Just a friendly reminder to tune in and check him out. So we got some big things going on. Like I said, for my New Year's resolution, I wanted to get on more podcasts and I want to get more people on my podcast. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Because the following week, after this week, I will be a guest on, I will be returning the favor for Chris Davis and being a guest on Music and Motivation with Chris Davis. So you can check me out on his podcast next Saturday or Friday, next Friday probably. Well, I think we're recording on Saturday, so I don't know when he's going to upload it. You might have to wait till Monday. You'll have to talk to him about it. It's his show. And then the week after that, to round out January, I will be a guest star on the Cloud Chronicles, also returning a favor. But I will be a guest on the Cloud Chronicles to round out January. So, you boys up to big things. I do need to get 2 more guests on for the rest of the month. So, if you're free the last two Fridays of this month, get a hold of me. If you're a podcaster or a musician or just want to get your name out there, get a hold of me. We'll get to talking, and maybe you can come on and be a guest on the Smoke Session. I'd love to have people on. That's my whole goal for this year, is to get more people intertwined with the show. I done the whole getting comfortable thing. We're past that. I've made bloopers in front of you guys. I've left them in videos. I've left them in audio streams. I'm not afraid. Not afraid to look like an ass. So, but anyways, yeah, look out for Chris Davis, for me being a guest on Chris Davis, and look out for this week's episode, Jerron Smith from the Cloud Chronicles, on this week's episode of the Saturday Smoke Session. That being said, I'm not going to make you guys wait this week. Roll it!
Any patient looking for an uplifting yet controlled high, this strain will be a hit with individuals with medical issues involving inflammation or asthma. Watergate is also great for patients looking for anxiety or depression relief. Patients looking for haze or sativa genetics. Most medicinal benefits of the first drop, patients will experience a calm yet elevated high. Watergate provides anxiolytic, anxiety, antidepressive, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and antiviral properties. This strain is known for increased alertness and memory-aiding benefits. It tests out at 27% THC. Reported effects are uplifted, happy and energetic. Most reported flavors are lemon, citrus, and pine.
There you go, guys. That beautiful weed footage for you. We got some Watergate, no conspiracy theory. There's no conspiracies here. But we got some Watergate here for you. Some 27% THC Watergate. Some energetic and uplifting shit. Stuff that won't knock you on your ass. Every time I do a podcast, it's indica. It's always indica. And indica makes you in the couch. And I'm sorry for that, guys. We're going to give you some sativa here. We're going to try and switch roles and give you a little bit of sativa. I'm going to throw in some indica here and there, and probably some wax, and maybe some diamonds here and there when I get some. But I'm going to be on a sativa roll for a while. So you sativa people, you sativa lovers out there, hit me up. Tell me what your favorite strain is. Like, hit me up, you sativa lovers. Tell me what your favorite strain is, and I'll try and go get it. If I can find it, I'll go get it, and I will try it. So, but here we have some Watergate, and you know what time it is. Cheers. Smooth. Extremely smooth. Very piney, citrusy, tasty to it, but it's extremely good. And to get you lit quick. So we're not going to be able to dabble too much. I still got a whole show to do. So we can't be getting fucked up right off the get. We will be getting fucked up at the end, though. But I just wanted to throw that weed footage out there for you guys to let you know. I'll be puffing on this during the podcast, though. You know me. Come on. But anyways, I got some stuff to go over. First of all, I want to get this off my chest. The guy that's out there stamping $5 bills saying, my president, Donald Trump, lives here. I just want to say, you make the moron of the year. You just round out, I'm going to throw you in 2020. I'm not even going to throw you in 2021. You're not worthy of 2021. I'm going to throw your ass back in 2020 and say you are the moron of the year of 2020. You do realize you could have Googled this before you did it. Or you could have just looked at the damn $5 bill and seen that Lincoln is sitting in the middle of the memorial. You do know that's the Lincoln Memorial, right? It doesn't take an Einstein to figure that shit out. All you had to do was go on Google just to make sure you weren't going to make yourself look like a fool. But you did anyways. Congratulations. So to that guy that's out there stamping $5 bills, good job for not putting your name on it, apparently. And because it's a federal offense, you just defaced money. So that's also a federal offense. So you made yourself look like a moron, and you broke a federal law at the same time. Congratulations. If I had a round of applause button, I would press it. So that's off my chest. I wanted to get that off. I saw the thing on Facebook. I had to say something about it. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. You didn't even have to Google it. All you had to do was hold the $5 bill up to your face and seeing that it was Lincoln, not Donald Trump sitting in the middle of the memorial. I wonder if he really thought it was Donald Trump. If he thought if it was Donald Trump. I hope he didn't. I don't think he did, but if he did, because the arrow was pointing right to where Lincoln was sitting. So it's not the White House. Sorry. And another thing that I saw on Facebook, Denmark, or at first I wanted to get, before I go to the Denmark thing, which is amazing, by the way, I wanted to say after 20 years, we finally get to say goodbye to that bratty little asshole, Caillou. I think I said his name right. Caillou, is that his name? That stupid little kid on PBS. Basically, if you don't know who Caillou is, parents out there know who Caillou is. Luckily, my son has never watched him, but I have seen episodes of this, and this kid just pretty much teaches your kid how to be a little fucking asshole. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he pinches his little sister, throws her out of his bedroom, takes her toys away. Pretty much anything that you think a little asshole kid would do, this little fucker does it. So I just wanted to say good riddance to that little fucker. Goodbye, Caillou. Which I don't think, this is probably why little kids are assholes and don't respect shit nowadays. Is because of cartoons they grew up on like that. Because they were even sending out emojis saying, "Oh, goodbye to my childhood." Well, that's probably why you're a little prick. So, goodbye, Caillou, and hello, John Dillermand, which is a Denmark cartoon, a Denmark kid show that the main character, John Dillermand, I don't know why I say it like that, John Dillermand. It just sounds weird if I say it normally, so I had to say John Dillermand. So, get this, he has a go-go gadget dick. Not joking. This little kid show in Denmark, John Dillermand has a penis coming out of him, and he does things like save kids from lions, lights barbecues. He flies from balloons with it. Like he attaches balloons to the end of it and then flies off. And he also plays badminton with himself, apparently. So, Denmark? What the fuck? Has over 200,000 views on its first episode, so it's topping the charts on the kid shit. I don't know. Leave a comment, YouTubers, if you're watching this. Obviously, if you know what I'm saying, you're watching this. But YouTubers, leave a comment below. Would you let your kids watch Caillou and or John Dillermand from that kid show from Denmark? If you haven't looked them up, go look them up. The stories are all over. They're all over Google. Just Google it. Just Google Caillou cancellation and John Dillermand go gadget penis, and this videos are going to pop up. News articles are going to pop up like crazy. If you don't believe me, Google it. Because that's where I get all my info, is Google. If it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right? Is that the golden rule? If it's on the internet, it has to be true. But yeah, that's crazy. 2 kid shows, one that just started, that's a piece of shit, and a piece of shit is gone. And so glad. I wouldn't let my kids watch any of that. Like, why would you let your kid watch a Caillou, which pretty much explains why there's a whole generation of assholes out there that don't respect shit. And Denmark, I don't know. I've never been to Denmark. I don't know how Denmark people are. I don't think I've ever met anybody from Denmark. So I wouldn't really, if you're from Denmark and you're watching this podcast, leave a comment below. But that's just crazy. A TV show with almost a 250,000 views, and the main character has a go-go gadget penis. I mean, we had Inspector Gadget, but it was not a penis. It was pretty much everything else but a penis. I don't know. The dude could fly with he'd had a helicopter out of his hat. I'm like, that dude was dope. Inspector Gadget, big shout out. That's my childhood right there. Inspector Gadget and some Smurfs. I guess Smurfs wasn't alright because they only had... Smurfs was kind of fucked up too, I guess. Because there was an entire village of Smurfs and only one Smurfette. I don't know. That's a whole nother equation. Only one Smurfette? I don't know. That's fucked up too once you think about it. It's fucked up. And they're all being chased by a creepy old guy with a cat. That probably smells like cat piss. Gargamel. That was his name, right? Gargamel. I used to watch the Smurfs when I was a kid. That was like my go-to cartoon. My grandparents used to tell me I used to run downstairs and watch. When I heard the Smurfs come on, I used to run out to the living room and could flop my ass right in front of that TV. Smurfs. That was way back before we had DVDs or DVRs or anything like that. And for all these newfangled stuffs that we'd use nowadays, we didn't have that. We just had to wait for it to come on. Couldn't pick what we wanted to watch all the time. We just had to wait for shit to come on. But anyways, that's like, I don't know. Denmark, you're an asshole for putting out that cartoon. Goodbye to the asshole, Akui. I'm saying it for the last time. But speaking of assholes, Jake Paul, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. This dude has a flippin' death wish. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and search Jake Paul. If you don't know who Jake Paul is, you've probably been living under a rock. If you're a YouTuber, you know who Jake Paul is. If you are someone who watches YouTube, you know who Jake and Logan Paul are. You know who both of they are. I'm a big fan of the Logan Paul podcast. It's called Impulsive. It's the number one podcast on YouTube. It's stats and stats, I guess. That's what they say. I guess. I think it's like the only podcast on YouTube that I really, really watch besides the Bill Burr. But you don't really listen. You don't really watch Bill Burr. You just listen. But yeah. But Logan Paul, he's going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Before I get into how big of an asshole or a idiot Jake Paul is, I'm going to get into Logan Paul because I kind of respect him for doing this. You know, he's stepping into the ring with the greatest boxer of all, pound for pound, the greatest boxer of all time, and that's Floyd Money Mayweather. He's going to step in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, I know what you're going to say. Mayweather's going to kill him. I don't think that's going to happen. Mayweather's not going to kill him because Mayweather could have killed McGregor anytime he wanted during that entire fight, and he did not do it. He danced around. He gave the people a show, and he made it a watchable fight, kind of. After the 6th round, we were just kind of going, okay, Floyd, knock him out. But it is what it is. And, it was a watchable fight throughout the majority of the fight, and he pretty much just danced around McGregor and tap, 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 tap. That's exactly what he's going to do with Logan Paul. He's going to dance around Logan for 8 rounds. If Logan can go that far, I really hope he can. The last fight I watched, granted, was a long time ago. He might be a different person. But the last fight I watched, he kind of gassed out after 2 rounds. Maybe 3. I'll give him 3. Kind of gassed out after 3 rounds. So hopefully Logan Paul can last a whole 8 rounds. I don't know if they're going to go 8 rounds. I don't know the logistics of the fight. But I do want to give Logan Paul props for stepping in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. But I want to put this out there too. What if Logan actually gets a lucky shot and wins? Knocks him out. What if this YouTube podcaster had just knocked out the best pound for pound boxer in the world? I'm just saying in the factors of what ifs, because let's just say what ifs do happen. What ifs happen a lot. Like one in 1,000 things happen all the time. So what if that does happen? People who betted on Logan would be making a hell of a payday, for one. And for 2, I think it would have put a blemish on Floyd's career. That would be his one loss. And it really wasn't to a fighter. It was to a YouTuber / fighter / podcaster / I don't know, Vine guy. That's where he started. Vine was a long time ago. I'm old enough to remember Vine. But yeah, Floyd has only been hurt 4 times in his entire career. Once by Zab Judah and Shane Mosley, Chop Corley, and Mike Donna. Those are the only 4 people. Over here. There's only 4 people that have even hurt Floyd in his entire career. So Vegas is giving Logan Paul a 4.8% chance of winning. So basically none. So if that 1 in 1,000 miracle happens, it's going to be a big payday. Or who knows? There might be something in the works. Something sneaky in the works. Floyd might be like, we might be able to bank off of these guys. We want to bet against me on this one, guys. I don't think Floyd would ever throw a fight, especially to Logan. But I think if Logan does get lucky, that's going to be one hell of a payday for whoever betted on him. So big props. I might even throw $50 on Logan just because of what if. But I'm just saying this fight will end up however Floyd wants it to end up. If Floyd wants to go in there and make an example and just kill him, he'll do it. If Floyd wants it to be a show and just dance around him for the entire 8, 10, 6 rounds, whatever it is, he'll do it. Because Floyd Mayweather is that person, and he can do just that. Whatever he wants. Now, before I get into this, cheers. This guy that I'm about to talk about. You already know, I've already said his name. I've already talked about Logan, and I'm going to talk about the other one. Jake Paul, you are fucking suicidal, bro. I got everything out of the way. All this is out of the way. It's me. I'm talking about this guy the entire time of the fucking podcast, and I got a whole sheet of paper to do it. So, Jake Paul calls out Conor McGregor. Yeah, the guy I was just talking about. The guy that knocked out Jose Aldo in 4 seconds. The guy that beat Nate Diaz by decision. The 2-time UFC champ. The 2 weight class at the same time, simultaneously, at the same time, held 2 belts. One for each weight class. Conor McGregor. Like the guy that will tear his head off. He even went as far as posting on YouTube. Calling Conor McGregor an Irish cunt, making fun of his girlfriend, saying that his girlfriend was ugly. He mispronounced Dustin Poirier's name, which, if you're any sort of a fighter, you know who Dustin Poirier is. He's no slouch. Dustin Poirier is a main event fighter, and he's about to prove it in a week from Saturday. So, he calls out Conor McGregor. Calls Conor McGregor a bitch, and then Joel Romero goes live on Twitter and sends out a tweet, says, "I'll fight your punk ass," and says he's ready to fight Jake. He's like, "I will fight Jake in a boxing match, and I will beat his ass." That's his words himself. Joel Romero. And then I guess, from the rumors that I've heard, Jake Paul's management team was in contact with Michael Bisping. Michael fucking Bisping. UFC Hall of Famer Michael Bisping. He hasn't been out of retirement. He hasn't been retired that long. Maybe 2 years? Maybe 3? I'll give it 3. Maybe 3 years. And Michael Bisping gladly accepted that fight. But that fight will not happen. Instead... he actually got into contact with Nate Diaz's management team too. I'm sorry, I just had to look at my notes. I just looked at my notes and saw that. So Jake Paul's management team has been in contact with Nate Diaz, Michael Bisping, and apparently Conor McGregor's management teams, trying to get a fight, trying to get his head knocked off pretty much. Like, I don't know, he must have took one hell of a shot with one of those fights. I don't know if Nate got a good one in, or if that YouTuber he fought before that got one in. I don't even know his fucking name. Gigi or Gigi, I don't know who the fuck is he. But Jake Paul's fought 2 people, and neither one of them were professional fighters. 2. Neither one of them were professional fighters. One was a YouTuber, and one was a retired NBA player, Nate Robinson. I was like, what am I missing here? Conor McGregor has fought probably hundreds and hundreds of fights. Most of which are probably not even mentioned on his record. Conor McGregor would knock this dude out. Michael Bisping would knock his dude out. Nate Diaz would make this dude go to sleep just because he could. So after he got in contact with Conor McGregor, after he got in contact with Michael Bisping, after he got in contact with Nate Diaz, and after he got called out by Joel Romero, Ben Askren also accepts Jake Paul's challenge. And guess who Jake Paul is going to fight? Ben Askren. If you don't know who Ben Askren is, Google Ben Askren. The first video that's going to pop up is him getting knocked out in 3 seconds by Jorge Masvidal. After he talked a bunch of shit leading up to the fight. Put his head down and Jorge knocked... You already know what happened. Jorge just knocked his teeth down his damn throat. So if he does fight, he's going to... I guess the fight's already been booked. It's Ben Askren accepts Jake Paul's offer to fight on March 28th in LA. The fight is not official yet, but if that happens, that's when it will happen. Ben Askren. I still think Ben Askren would knock his fucking head off. But Vegas doesn't think so. Vegas would give Jake Paul the odds if he's fighting Ben Askren. I don't know. Ben Askren's not much of a boxer, though. If it was an MMA fight, Ben Askren would win because he'd make him tap. But I don't think Ben Askren's much of a boxer. But Jake Paul, come on, man. You're just going to have a lot of people out to kick your ass. That's all that's going to happen. You're going to have people lining up to beat the shit out of you. Maybe that's his goal. Maybe that's what he wants to do. Maybe that's what his goal is to get his ass kicked by all these fucking fighters. I guess Dylan Dennis is apparently next in line after Askren. So if Ben Askren doesn't fight Jake Paul, then I guess Dylan Dennis is next in line. So fucking Dylan Dennis isn't no slouch either. Just go out and Google, or not Google, but go to YouTube and search Jake Paul calling out fighters. And there's going to be a whole mess of videos. And there's going to be a whole mess of videos coming back at UFC fighters wanting to kill him. These are all UFC fighters. I think there's a boxer in there too. I don't really remember his name. Forgive me, I'm not a boxing fan. I really don't follow boxing. I did watch the last pay-per-view where he knocked out Nate Robinson. He looked pretty good as an amateur fighter. He looked pretty good, to be honest with you. But these are not amateur fighters. These are real fighters. And to be honest, if Jake Paul knocks out either one of these guys, minus Ben Askren, if he knocks out minus Ben Askren, I'm not going to give him props if he knocks out Ben Askren, because who hasn't? I think my grandma has knocked out Ben Askren. So she's got a mean left hook. Watch out for that. But yeah, if he knocks out anybody but Ben Askren, I will give him mad props, and I will respect him as a fighter. Especially if he knocks out Conor McGregor. Not even knocks out. If he wins by decision, I will respect him as a fighter against Conor McGregor. I'll respect him more as a fighter if he steps in an MMA ring. He won't do that, though. I hope for his safety he will not do that. It would not end up good for him at all. In an MMA ring? No. But anyways, I just wanted to say, Jake Paul, I hope whatever's going on in your head, you clear it out real quick before someone knocks it out. Or if you're gonna do this, dude, you gotta live in that gym, train 24/7. Like 28. Fuck that. 25-8. You know? Jeez, man. You're digging a lot of holes. You're digging a lot of holes, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. And to that, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. It's been another episode, another week. Excuse me. But again, thank you, Chris Davis, for coming on to the show. And look out for Jerron Smith. Again, I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm slaughtering your name, bro, let me know on Saturday when you're on the Saturday Smoke Session. Again, that's Jerron Smith from the Cloud Chronicles on the Saturday Smoke Session this Saturday. Make sure you're tuning in on YouTube or wherever you like to listen to your podcast. Preferably Spotify. I think Spotify is pretty much the go-to for where everyone likes to listen on their phone, because I think it's like the easiest thing to pull up. You just download the app and boom, it's there. Or iTunes. If you're in iTunes too, like I'm everywhere, bro. Everywhere, bro. On iTunes, Pandora. Even though I'm on Pandora, no one likes Pandora anymore. Even though, I don't know, it's like one of my top 5 apps, but I guess it wouldn't be in anybody else's top 5, or would it be in anybody else's top 5? Who knows? But we're everywhere, so wherever you like to listen to your podcast, that's where you'll check out the Saturday Smoke Session, our second episode. And I hope you guys tune in. We're having fun. I'm having fun interacting with everyone, and I hope to be a guest on more podcasts. Like I said, I'm on a guest for 2, returning the favors for the 2 that are on mine, and I need 2 more guests. So if you're a podcaster or musician or anything, and you just want to get your name out there, hit me up. Or if you're on YouTube watching this right now, leave a comment below. Say, hey, hit me up on Facebook, or just hit me up on Facebook. Facebook.com/Oops Caught Me Smoking. All one word. Let's put that in your little HTTP box. And come hit me up. Hey, leave a message. Do whatever. Do whatever you got to do to get a hold of me. Just get a hold of me. Leave a message. Leave a message after the tone. See, singing's not my thing. Stick to podcasting, Dan. All right, guys. I love you guys. Stay up. Peace.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
You want to get high?
That's right.
She caught me smoking. Ooh, 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 she caught me smoking. It's a mother